and technologies are changing. It requires huge amounts of capital to be upgrading themselves. So, well, I would love a telecom company for its services to me, but I would not be an investor.
It's interesting you mentioned that, but if I could take the clock back, we saw a similar war in 2004-2005, the famous P&G and HUL detergent war. It was a price war for 6 months, but then these companies, or both the companies, realized that it is important for them to make money also. That could be the situation for telecom companies also. No telecom company wants to lose money on a longer term basis.
I agree with you, but as far as telecom is concerned and FMCG, they both are different things, you know, because telecom requires huge investments in capital.
The margins also have.
Yeah, the margins are also, but the margins they are giving away to the customers. And as far as FMCG is there, if you have a strong brand, a strong distribution network, then ultimately things go. But of course, you got a point, and there could be things differently over here, but huge amount of capital being invested, technology obsolescence, I wouldn't like it.
Let's also understand the banking space right now. Banking for the current year is actually the worst performing index. Now, it's a small period to understand that, but banking is not really emerging as a leader. Do you have any value buys there in the banking space?
Like Axis Bank, I think it's a good value over there. And yes, no doubt banking, you understand this market, it's like a musical chair. Once you will have one sector doing well because everyone is into it, and then it loses favor. So when it loses favor, it starts throwing up opportunities.
Now, for the year gone by, which is 2009, aside from telecom, there was massive underperformance which was there largely in the energy space. Reliance, ONGC. Do you think 2010 could be a year where energy stocks will bounce back?
Well, I like in energy, I like gas companies, you know, like we have got good positions in Gujarat Gas, Indrapradesh Gas, LNG, Petronet. I think we like gas as the new sector for the energy.
And why do you like gas?
Well, I think that's going to be the future. That's what. And secondly, it's not a very fancy in the market. Slowly it started picking up fancy.
What do you mind is the biggest risk, and the risk which you think everyone is ignoring?
Biggest risk which everyone is ignoring is keeping their emotions under control. You got to have self-discipline when you are into the investment game, and not be carried away by the noise of the markets. I think that's the only risk I see.
But are we there yet? Because we've seen euphoria or market madness. It has different patterns, whether it is 2007 or 2001 or 1994. There is still some amount of cautious bullishness on the street. Every time people are thinking before they are investing.
Yes, I think it's something which is very good. I don't say that we are in a bubble phase just now. We feel that the markets have really run up because in 2008-9 we had the markets going down so badly because there were liquidators who were selling, you know. So if we really take out that distressed selling which was taking place, the market has still not really peaked a bubble sort of a situation. Yes, things have become expensive, but it's not a bubble situation.
Okay, let me ask you a rather personal question here. You've written 2 books. Both of them have been hot books for our Indian readers. What's next for you?
Well, next we are working on a 3rd book. Let's see if the permissions come in. It's going to be something very different. And anyway, we've got some good confidence with the latest book, Value Investing in Behavioral Finance, where we have come out with new concepts of how to look at the indices, the index investing, how to look at IPOs. And my first chapter deals with that the difference between success and failure is only a person is successful because of his ability to delay instant gratification.
Right.
It's in life as well as in investing.
All right. So let me ask you a question which is perhaps the most pertinent question. February, the month of February, we will see $6 billion of fresh IPOs which will hit the market. What's a one-line advice?
Well, they will hit the IPOs, will hit the markets. There would be opportunities there because just now if you see Reliance Treasury is selling a lot of shares. They are not coming into the market. but market participants.
Okay, there is NTPC, there is REC, there is NMDC, which is going to be again a large FPO, and then there is Sutlej. Do you like any of them, all of them, none of them?
It depends when they come out, at what price they are selling.
They come out in the month of February.
No. What is the pricing? What is the pricing band? And what is the market situation at that point of time? Like, it's not that the company is good or bad, but at what price they offer you.
Alright, Parag, good to have you on ET. Now, hope to see more of you going forward, and thank you for joining us. That's a wrap on this edition of Markets Mantra. We'll see you again next week with more market analysis, hot stocks and new investment ideas.